another vlog. You guys, I feel like I'm officially back to YouTube. I've been consistent now for a month. I'm absolutely loving creating content for you guys. So I'm just about to head out to my Spanish lessons. So I thought I would bring you guys along with me and just start the vlog here.
Hago ejercicios en los.
Todos los días.
Todos de los días.
Todos los días.
Todos los días.
Yeah, so
Aquí
all
para
the days. That's what you're saying.
Levanto a las 6:30.
¿A qué hora te acuestas?
Me acuesto a las 10:30. Todos los días.
All of them are gonna end with an S.
Todos los días.
Good morning. I am just getting ready for the day. Once a week, I give myself a blowout. And it's nice because once I do my hair like this, I really don't have to touch it for like 3-4 days. Like tomorrow, I'll wear my hair curly again. And then the third day, I might need to like touch up a couple pieces. And then I'll normally, the fourth day, put my hair like half up, half down, or do something like that. Now that my curls are like cold and nice and set, I'm gonna go ahead and take out my hair, make myself a coffee, and then I have to start some work. The blowout is done. It's perfect every single time. I'll do a tutorial for you guys on my Instagram and TikTok that will be up by the time this video is uploaded, so you guys can go look at exactly how I did it. I'm gonna quickly clean up and then go make myself a cup of coffee. Just got this cup from Target. It has red roses, which roses are my favorite, and so I thought it was so cute. I have a phone call that starts in about 5 minutes with my photographer and videographer for the summer collection. And then I also have one with my like manufacturer. I don't know if you guys like the behind the scene of me kind of showing you guys the clothing brands and like my fittings and all those things. I love personally seeing it. Like I love a mix of like home vlogs and business and like just, I love all of it. And so tell me if you guys like it because I love sharing it with you guys. So this summer collection, I've already explained this, but for anyone that's new, it is all about my summers growing up in Mexico. I am Mexican American, I'm half Mexican. And that was a huge part of my life, actually like probably the biggest part, because yes, I did grow up in the US, but we weren't close with my mom's side of the family that's from here. And so my entire childhood, I was constantly with my grandma that's from Mexico. My dad is full Mexican, all of my cousins. Like when I think of family, I really only think of that side, the Mexican side. So I resonate to that way more than my mom's side. And yeah, I was just a lot closer to my dad's side growing up. And so that was such a huge part of my childhood growing up in Mexico and having my summers there. And it was so beautiful and so humbling. My aunt owned a restaurant, so I'd go help her. That's where I learned to cook a lot of my Mexican meals. And my aunt owned a hair salon, and so if you guys have seen me, like how I do my blowouts and how I cut my layers and all those things, those are all things that I learned in Mexico. And in like the Latin culture, it's all from that side of the family. And also like my love for clothing comes from all the women, also my mom too, but all the women in my dad's side, they would just wear the most beautiful, especially like if you know the Hispanic culture, they really embrace femininity and sexuality and just like romance. Everything is intentional, I feel like. And so I grew up with my aunt and my grandma that, you know, I'd put something on and my grandma would be like, you're covering up too much, like show your body, or like, oh, do this, do that, wear your hair like this. Like she just always was like, get ready and be beautiful and take care of yourself. And when I was younger, I didn't really understand it, and now that I'm older, I appreciate it so much. So with the clothing brand and this photo shoot, I'm really wanting to embody that feeling of slow living, like eating tacos, the street tacos and churros, and going and getting agua de Jamaica or horchata on the side of the road, and the beautiful clothings and the markets that you would go to with all the beautiful pottery and like the mugs and yeah, just like all those. I really want to, like, I want to make you feel like you're there for it. And so we found a beautiful location that we're going to be shooting, and this is going to be our first shoot. Well, I've only launched one other collection. So this is going to be where I am flying out. My friend does all my photography. She's so talented. Her name is Jasmine, but we're going to be flying out together. We're going to be sharing a hotel, and we are going to be doing all the photos, all the videography, all of the content for social media. And what we're really going to talk about is I sent her over. So how I do it, if you guys are ever starting a business or anything, I really start off with a story before I build the collection. So I'm like, what do I want this story to be? So I want it to be about my summers in Mexico and my family and everything I just spoke to you guys about. What does that feel like? So then I start making a Pinterest board. I'll show you guys. I honestly make Pinterest boards for everything, even from like the seasons, like take away business, like spring photos I want to take this year. And I'll do like some photos and save some things. And it's more of like, instead of copying somebody, it's more about the feeling of the photo. And yeah, so this is the summer mood board. So I really just try to encompass like the feeling that I'm wanting, the big blowout, the red set, I hope you guys can see, like the Mexican pottery, and just like the sensuality of my beautiful culture, the plastic chairs that you're eating when you're eating your tacos, and it's at every single restaurant. I love this iconic photo of Salma Hayek eating tacos in Mexico. But yeah, so you guys can kind of see like the vibe of growing up, going to church on Sundays with my family, and the beautiful Catholic cathedrals, the Mexican flag, and what the streets looked like growing up, eating popsicles in like the courtyards in Mexico. So I really create a mood board of a feeling of what I'm wanting to encompass. And so that's what this phone call is going to be. She looked at it, so we're gonna kind of talk about it, how we wanna shoot the photos. I think it'd be so cool to shoot the photos in like some sort of like Mexican market like that. Compared to like my last photo shoot was in just like a studio, like a white background with lighting. I love this photo so much of her like sitting there on the plastic chairs. Like that is just so the Latin culture. But yeah, a lot of stuff with the Virgin Mary, and to me this is just so beautiful. So things like that. So that's kind of like the vibe of the photo shoot. And so what we go over with Jasmine is exactly the shots that I'm wanting. We get super specific. So I have a mood board of the feeling, and then I get a mood board of exactly the shots that we want to hit. So like while we're shooting, I'm like, okay, we got this on this one, this on this one. And then also this time around. So my last like video footage was me doing the entire collection. Like I documented everything from start to finish. and why I decided to come out. But this one, I'm wanting to make more of like a cinematic movie, almost like a telenovela. And I've been putting like little Easter eggs throughout my content that people probably don't even realize. Like it's been about 2 months now that every single Monday I do a Monday telenovela blowout, and a lot of my music has been more like Mexican and Spanish music that I grew up with. That's very nostalgic, very 2000s. But those are all like little Easter eggs that people probably don't even realize for the summer collection that's going to come out. So when it does come out and people find my content for the first time, they can scroll and there's all of this content that they can look at that exudes the collection. So yeah, I'm very intentional about it. Hop on this call now, and then I have to immediately go put Rome down for a nap. My mom is just playing outside with him. It would be like a day or 2 days after that, so the 19th. It's gonna be until around October, but I'm really wanting to be able, instead of just finding a fabric that I like and then making them, if there's a way that I could actually design what I want the fabric to be.
I know you're better off. I mean, it depends how close to that print you want. If you wanted like a print that's almost the same.
Want to know one thing that has just like been on my mind a lot lately? So if there was one thing I would have learned in my 20s, and something that I hope my children learn a lot faster than me, is discipline is like the highest form of self-love and self-care. And what I mean by that is, I think it's human nature to set all these goals for yourself, or say you want to do all these things. You know, it's the typical New Year resolution. I want to start a business. I want to lose this much amount of weight. I want to eat better. And then it comes down to it, and then you don't make the choices that show that that's the result that you want, right? Like, you want to lose weight, but you're not eating accordingly. Or you want to start a business, but you're not doing what you need to start a business. And I feel like being disciplined and learning to do things when you don't want to, and not rely on motivation, but rely on determination, is what will get you like so far in life. And I feel like I didn't start really learning that until I was, when did I start social media? When I was like 27, 28. I feel like social media was like the first thing that I decided to genuinely be consistent at. Just a random little thought that I was having. I was putting Rome to bed right now. And I was just sitting there kind of reflecting back on life, and I'm just like so happy where I'm at in my life right now. And I feel like if I look back, it's because I'm doing the things that I say that I'm going to do. It just randomly started snowing, which I was planning on going to the nursery today and getting everything for my garden. But I think that I will just have to do that tomorrow. It says it's gonna be like in the 60s and sunny tomorrow, so I don't know where this snow is coming from. Thank you, appreciate it. Good morning. It is the most beautiful spring morning ever. Birds are chirping. It's like a little crispy still, so I have my poncho on with my flip-flops, my Havianas, and just some baggy pants. We're just drinking our coffee outside, going for a walk. Parker is walking ahead of me in the stroller with Rome, because I just wanted to bring you guys along. But we are in the most beautiful neighborhood ever. This is like my favorite neighborhood. It has these like beautiful Victorian homes in them. So we are just going on a walk and enjoying this day, and then I am going to go to the nursery because we are going to be planting the garden today. So I will bring you guys along with me for the day. I just pulled up to the nursery. This is one of my favorite nurseries in like northern Utah. It's called J&J Nursery. It is so cute. So it has like such a good variety of different like garden needs and things, like fruits and vegetables and herbs and everything, but it also has an entire greenhouse of just like decorations, and there's like pottery, and you can make your own wreaths, and you like, they just have so much selection and so many different pots, and it's just so cute, so organized. They have really done such a good job at like curating it. They have like a whole section, because I came here a couple of days ago, that's like an American like flag section, like a strawberry section. They have it look like there's like a little vintage house. It is just so cute. So I'll show you guys what it looks like on the inside. But the only problem is this is Utah. I'm sure that you guys don't live in Utah. Anyone lives in Utah that's watching me, but Utah's weather is just crazy. Like, we will be like ready for springtime and summer, and then we'll get like hit with a snowstorm at like the end of May. Like, it's just so crazy. And last year I had to replant my garden three times. Yeah, 3 times. Not everything, but yeah, I had to replant my garden 3 times because I was so excited to like get started, and then a cold front would come. So anyway, I was like, you know what, let me just like double check. And I was like looking at the weather, and the daytime's okay. Like, it's gonna be in the 70s this week, but it just snowed yesterday out of nowhere. And then randomly it's showing that a couple times at night this week it's gonna be like in the 20s. So anyway, I put it into ChatGPT like, hey, is this something to be worried about? And it was like, this wouldn't do very good with like your warmer climate stuff. So that's like my tomatoes, jalapenos, basil, anything that you can like think of. Like, the best way I think of it with gardening is like what you can eat during the time. So like summer stuff, it doesn't do very well in the cold. Herbs do okay, lettuce does okay, strawberries can handle it, but not the stuff that I really want. If you guys are like into gardening or anything, kind of what I did is I took a picture of my garden beds. So like this, that's my garden bed. And then I just took a picture of like the dimensions that it has on the website. And I just said like, hey, so I have 4 beds, like how should I organize it on chat? The lady actually at this nursery told me to do this. She's like, and it will tell you like what plants aren't going to fight with each other, what plants go well. And so yeah, it was great. So this is like my first one. So this is the lavender and like the thyme and the herb one. So like they're telling me that's what I should do it like. So like 3 there and 3 there. And then I just go through like, okay, bed 2, bed 3, and it tells me like what it's gonna look like and like what I should plant together, and like how I should put flowers on the outside, which ones are good for like pesticides so that bugs don't get on it. And yeah, so I thought that that was really cool. So anyone that's like wanting to start a garden, or if you're intimidated by starting a garden, put it into ChatGPT and be like, help me make a plan. This is like what I like. This is the area that I have. You can take a picture and then you can just tell it like, create me a visual mock-up of like what it should look like. And also how many plants too. Like, also they could see how big the beds were. So he's like, oh, okay, you can handle 3 of each plant in this. So I'm gonna drink my coffee and go inside and just enjoy all of the garden.